welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this is a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested already.
I agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And what is the centerpiece of the offense? They're taking a backseat to his teammates. Offense is always up to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
We go set. Reset.
And going right back to Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Reset.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd and 5.
Reset. Reset.
Now Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Reset. Reset.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Shrugs him off. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Reset. Reset.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal.
Seahawks, first down.
Walker is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
We go set. Reset.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Gain of 1 yard on
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run, Walker. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. I mean, harken back to Dan Marino. Another superstar made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On play action, May. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Baringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. That's pulled in at the 32. Oh, look at that. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 42 yards. And the Seahawks will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 14-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3rd and 12. Throwing here is May. He'll try and do this himself. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. May going to give it to Henderson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They run once more with Henderson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, New England.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the Seahawks 43-yard line.
To throw, it's May. They'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw, May. They set up the screen for Henderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Here's Bryce Behringer now. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. On his horse. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I
I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 21-0.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
It's a gain of 3. And a Patriot first down.
They'll throw with May. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's May. Looking left side of, he's got him in. That's Stevenson. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. To the air, May. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And how about this, a fake? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery.
Set. Reset.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the Patriots' 14-yard line.
Reset. Reset.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Patriots nothing. Jason Myers taking off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played,
Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. All the way in. Touchdown, New England. Stephon Diggs. 78 yards. And the Patriots are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Patriots 7.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Seahawks take over.
Looking to put a drive together.
At their own 24-yard line.
Go set. Reset.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's got him in, complete. He's still on his feet, and he is goes in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba, his second touchdown in the Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Well, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. And I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do. You get
hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Again, it's Henderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
And the Patriot first down.
Play action. May. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Now they'll throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. To the right side, this is Henderson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Ernest Jones there for the tackle. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Second and 10. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
7 yards. And it's third down.
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
First down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up second and 2.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 2. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. The extra point now coming from Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he returns this to the 22. New England trying to get a place on offense. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Looking to put a drive together. From the shotgun, May with it. Now he's going to step up and run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Stevenson gets it again on second down. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. May looking to run, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he was looking for the check up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest.
Taking it right down Broadway. He may go. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New England's offense set to go. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to Stevenson on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Trade him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't it?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought.
For a Seahawks first down.
Back to Walker on first down. Now he's into the clear again. And they are going to score again. And yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now Myers for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
63.
The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell ready to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.